Don Quixote by Miguel de Cervantes. Alright, let me get this craziness out of the way. This book is written by Miguel de Cervantes, who's about to get straight metafictional on our asses. See, according to the story in the book, the tale of Don Quixote is narrated by an editor who compiled real different histories of Don Quixote. Basically, Cervantes stacking narrative layers like Jay-Z stacking Benjamins. The story go like this. In an unnamed village up in La Mancha, Alonso Quijano pushing 50 and got a whole lot of free time on his hands. But instead of trying to throw game at honeys like most brothers, Quijano spent all his time reading books about chivalry, which is the code knights used to live and die by. Except Quijano don't just dabble, he gets straight obsessed, literally reading all day and all night. Full read so much that his brain dries out and loses his damn mind. Eventually, he decided to do just like the boys in his books and become a knight errant, riding out of the hood, righting all the world's wrongs. So homeboy strap up with some janky armor and hops on his crusty ass horse, ready to hit the road. Dude like, yo horse, your name is now Rocinante. That's way tighter. And as for me, I'm gonna be known all throughout the land as Don Quixote de la Mancha. Hell yeah. But hold up, first thing every knight needs is a fine honey dip to devote his righteous deeds to. DQ picks who he think be the baddest chick in his hood, Aldonza Lorenzo. And since he giving out names like candy, he gives her a new one too, Dulcinea del Toboso. Woo! And just so you know, Don ain't ever actually said a word to this girl. Then all of a sudden, Don realized he's still missing something. What is it? Oh yeah, he ain't a real knight. Oops. So DQ roll up on an inn, cause in his whacked out dome, he thinking it's a castle. He hits up the lord of the castle, AKA the innkeeper, to knight him. The innkeeper don't know what the hell is going on, but he obliged a brother anyway. So now that he got a woman, a ride, and some chrome, Don Quixote turning heads wherever he go. Except just a little while later, he gets his ass handed to him by a bunch of salesmen and gotta go back home like a scrub. While he in bed resting up, his housekeeper, a priest, and some other homies start blazing all his chivalry books, hoping he won't do stupid shit like that no more. But the Don ain't backing down. He hit up a local fat-ass peasant named Sancho Panza and be like, say, bruh, if you cruel with me and be my squire, I'll give you your own damn kingdom. Cause you just know I'm gonna be rolling in loot soon. So Don Quixote gets up on his horse, Sancho gets up on his ass, and they hit the road. Eventually, they reach a windmill farm, and Don Quixote starts charging them suckers, yelling his ass off thinking they giants. Nice, man. Real nice. Don Quixote and Sancho Panza keep cruising, getting all kinds of crazy adventures, and receive some of the nastiest ass whoopings of their life. Eventually, DQ and Sancho head back home again. Back at the crib, they start conversating with an uppity college grad named Samson Carrasco. Carrasco like, oh, Don Quixote, I read about you, man. You famous. In fact, Carrasco's so geeked that he decided he's gonna try to cure Don Quixote and save his ass from all this chivalry bullshit. So in the meantime, Sancho and the Don can get back to doing their thing, cause Carrasco about to spark up a plan. Don Quixote and Sancho gear up for one last ride and make a third sally out of town. This time around, DQ and Sancho get tricked and trolled at every turn, especially by some punk-ass Duke and Duchess. And maybe the worst trick of all is done by that boy Carrasco. To get the Don to come home, dude dressed himself up and called himself the Knight of Mirrors, but just got smacked up by Quixote in round one. But now, Carrasco on top of his game and decide he's gonna send Quixote's old ass packing once and for all. He straps up again, calls himself the Knight of the White Moon, and tricks Don Quixote into going back home and hanging up his lance. Feeling like a real piece of shit, Don Quixote hits the hay, and after days of sickness, he starts calling himself Alonso Quijano again. He stopped giving a damn about chivalry, says the whole thing was bunk, and eventually dies a quiet death in bed. R.I.P. Quijano.